Good morning, everyone. In this lecture, we are going to see the next economic problem, socio-economic problem of Indian society under the subject social and marketing research method. Today's topic is unemployment. Yes, moving ahead from the illiteracy. Okay. The unemployment. Unemployment is the next socio-economic problem persistent in our Indian society. And no doubt, it's the problem which is creating a headache in the Indian economy, which is creating the headache on the top scholars, top positions of this country. How? For this, the same consequences, the same of effect, the illiteracy was showing, the same effect the unemployment is also showing to our country. So first we will go for the defining the word unemployment, that how this term unemployment can be defined. Like unemployment, again, from the different perspective, it can be defined by the different institutions. Like according to ILO, International Labour Organization, it has something different definition. From the Indian government, it is having something different definition. From the Indian economist point of view, it is having a different definition. From the finance point of view, unemployment is having the different definition. It means it can be measured by the different parameters. Like someone say that if a person is not earning, he is unemployed. If someone says if a if a person who is not having this much of a standard, he is unemployed. Someone is saying if a person is not engaged during this particular hours in a week, he will be considered as a unemployed. Okay, so here in this lecture we will see that what are the types of unemployment, how this unemployment term can be reduced, can be eliminated, and what are the steps taken, the initiatives of the government to reduce or to remove unemployment. Okay, let's start. Unemployment may be defined as a situation in which the person is capable of working both physically and mentally at the existing wage rate but doesn't get a job to work. In this definition, no doubt you will get confused that if a person is working from his mental side, from his physical side, on the existing rate, then he will be considered as an unemployed, or when he is not able to get any updated job at the good wage rate, again he will be considered as a unemployed. In other words, unemployment means only in voluntary unemployment, wherein a person who is willing to work at the existing wage rate and doesn't get a job somewhere due to the high level of supply of labors and the less demand of labors, we have it's our compulsion that we have to work on very lower wages rate. You can say that in the other words, the laborers are or the humans are exploited there because they don't have any option to get the good job at the good wages rate or at the good salary. So in this case also we can say that they all are unemployed. Okay, now there are many types of unemployment in India, but before moving to the types of unemployment, one more fact I would like to say that is there any difference between the metro city unemployment rate and the rural city unemployment rate, or the urban areas, rural areas, tier 1 city, tier 2 city, tier 3 city? Yes, there is difference. As we will move towards the developed cities, metro cities, or the rural areas, you will see there is lower level of unemployment. But as we will move towards the remote places, toward the rural areas, we will see that there are number of people are unemployed. Why it is so? It is also due to the environment in which they all are living, the resources which they all are enjoying, and the opportunity of job, creation of job. It also depends on it. So where there is large number of factories, where there is the volume of factories, no doubt there will be the large number of employment also. And where there is less scope of the resources, it means there will be less number of factories, less number of job opportunities, then there will be the high rate of unemployment. That's why if we compare with the Delhi to any of the states, we will see that there is large number of people are employed there in comparison to other states. Now, what are the types of unemployment in India? The first type is the frictional unemployment. Now, what is the meaning of frictional unemployment? Then, the frictional unemployment means when there is the imbalance between the supply of labor and the demand of labor. Then, it is known as frictional unemployment. It means when there is the excessive supply of the labor and there is the low demand of the labor. So, when it mismatches, the demand is not according to the supply, then it will result into the frictional unemployment. This type of unemployment is due to immobility of labor, lack of correct and timely information, seasonal nature of work, and many. So just take example, lack of correct and timely information. Like many people from Bihar are migrating towards the Punjab or migrating towards the Haryana or migrating towards the different industrial areas, Surat. So there is also a time in all the sectors. You will see there is the peak season, there is the low season. So if they are arriving there in the low season, when their market is not in the boom, when the market is not going, when the production has been almost stopped, in that case, if they are going there, they are migrating there, yes, they will be unemployed. They won't get the job at that time. Why it is so? It is due to the lack of correct and timely information. And frictional unemployment also causes due to the immobility of the laborers. Like there's a huge vacancy, but people don't want to move there. They are having the homesickness. It's also result in the frictional unemployment or the seasonal nature of work. In particular one season they are employed and the other season again they are unemployed. So it also considering under the frictional unemployment. The next type of unemployment is the cyclical unemployment. Cyclical unemployment, it is caused by the trade cycles at regular intervals. Trade cycles, as we know, is the boom period, there is a trough period. Generally, capitalist economies are subject to trade cycles. The downswing in business activities result in the unemployment. Why it is so? Because during the downswing, there will be low sales. When the sales will be low, automatically it will impact the production. The production will also get reduced due to the no demand. And if the sale is low, the production will be low, then no doubt the people who are working or involved in the production or in this directly or indirectly, their demand will also reduced, and which results into the cyclical unemployment. However, it is considered as short-term phenomena. But the people who are working in this type of sectors, which depends on the different trade cycles, it is not having the similar demand all around the year. In that case, these people, these men were affected due to the cyclical unemployment. Next, the third one, that is the structural unemployment. When there is the drastic change in the economic structure of the country, like demonetization, like GST implementation, LPG, liberalization, privatization, globalization. When there is a drastic change in our the economic structure of the country, then in this case, the effect of it results into the supply factor or on the demand for a factor of production. In this case, the number of people who are unemployed are considered under the structural unemployment. Like just take the example of demonetization. In the demonetization, the factories or the business enterprises which were directly involved on the cash money, they were having the cash in their hand for operating or to meeting the day-to-day needs. But as the demonetization has been announced, the people stopped receiving the cash, not cash, but the old currency because it was not in the use. So till the time the old currency has been converted into new currency, it there was a factors of production was stopped because laborers or the workers or the people who were engaged there directly or indirectly, they were not receiving that old currency. So the time they were unemployed, the production stops, the factory stops, So for that time, it results into the structural unemployment due to the change in the economic structure of a country. When there is a high tax slab, low tax slab, or the budget announced, it also affects the different sectors, the different production factors. Okay, so all these results into the structural unemployment. The fourth one is the classical unemployment. Classical unemployment occurs when real wages are kept above the market clearing wages rate and leading to a surplus of labor supplied. It means, just take the example of that today the labor wage rate is rupees 400, but due to the excessive supply of labor, surplus supply of labor, this real wage rate has been reduced to real wage rate has been reduced. Why it has been reduced? Because there is the unemployment rate is high. So when the unemployment rate is high due to the surplus of laborers, they won't be paid the real wages. They will be agreed to work under the wages, that is a 300, 200, 100. Then it will result into the classical unemployment. Occurs when real wages are kept above the market clearing wage rate, leading to a surplus of labor supplied. And the classical unemployment is sometimes known as the real wage unemployment because it refers to the real wages being too high. Or sometimes those people who are having a much talent, okay, they will, whatever salary or whatever wages they have been provided, they don't agree to work. They say that, oh, I don't work in this much rate because our wages are high, our salary is high, our remuneration is high. So in that case, they are still unemployed. So in both the factors, the people have to suffer. And the last one, the last type of unemployment is the seasonal unemployment, which directly depends on certain seasons, certain occupations, or certain industries who is seasonal operated. It is unemployment that occurs during certain seasons of the year in some industries and occupations like agriculture, holiday resorts, ice factories, or the ice creams. Production activities take place only in some season. It doesn't go all around the year. So they offer employment for only a certain period of time in a year. And the people engaged in such type of activities may remain unemployed during the off season. Just take the example of Bihar again. As in the month of Sawan, all the people were moving towards Devghar to offer their worship to their favorite god. So for these 1 month, you will see there is much rush. All the people are employed, all the people are involved in any particular industry, occupation. But as this particular month ends, after that, all the people are again searching for the job. They remain unemployed in this off season, or due to any particular season, like the different holiday resorts during the summer vacation or the winter vacation. All these resorts were fully occupied. But after these vacations, when people don't have the time to visit these places to enjoy his holidays, in this case, they are again unemployed during this off season. Okay, so these are the five types of unemployment. Now we will see what are the causes of unemployment in India. The first causes rapid growth of population, which however results into the increase in the labor force. As we have used in the different terms, the excessive supply of labor. Why excessive supply of labor? Due to the growth of population. They are illiterate, they are unemployed, again, they will be considered here as a labor force. The second, underdevelopment of the economy. However, our economy is also responsible because the family or the social group or the societies are not made aware. We don't have the rules like China, rules like developed countries. We have to consider all those factors. So somewhere it results into the underdevelopment of the economy. Because we don't have the developed economy, we can't provide job to all the people. We can't meet the demand of the labor according to their supply. Third one, slow growth in the agriculture sector. Nowadays, people are not dependent on the agriculture. They are diverting from this sector. They are saying that this is not a fruitful sector, this is not a profitable sector. The people were moving towards the most profitable sector, in which they find that okay, it's the easiest way to earn money. In agriculture, no doubt, there's a hard labor. However, there's luck. There's just like taken like a gamble. So, due to the slow growth in the agriculture sector, people are more and more unemployed. They are moving towards the different places. They are migrating. They are mobilizing. The fourth, defective system of education. We are having the very good education pattern, but only on the pen and paper, not in the practical. However, just we take the again example of Bihar or the Jharkhand or the backward states, you will see that what is the position. So, however, you will take the example of if we are talking about the education system in Bihar, the first example comes in our mind is that the Charvaha Vidyalaya. What was happening? The people were just doing their job as well as getting the education also. But however, is this education system was having a good impact? No. Nowadays, even today's scenario, you can see that in the government schools, small children were running towards the school. But what is the motivating factor that they were coming to the school? The motivating factor is that they were getting the free of cost food, free of cost dress, free of cost books, free of cost cycle, the scholarship. These are the motivating factors, but not the education for which they are coming. It is the defective system of our education. Next, absence of manpower planning. Absence of manpower planning, it means the industry or the HRD department is not able to plan how much manpower needed, by what time they are needed. Just take the example of any vacancy. If it has have been announced in first year, the first year the notification will be announced. By the time they will fill up the form, by the time they will be under the written test interview, and as this all over process overs, it takes around 3 to 4 years. It means somewhere there is the absence of manpower planning. The next is the degeneration of village industries. Degeneration of village industries means earlier at the time of when India was told Sone ki chiriya. Why? Because in every village there was a handicraft industries, cottage industries, small scale industries. People were involved in their own profession, in the job which they have got. But now it is degenerated. It is not generating the money. So they have the people have lost the lust from these businesses and they are migrating. Next, inappropriate technology. The technology, like if we take the example of inappropriate technology in the agriculture sector, in the education sector, in the production sector, we are not using the up-to-date technology, appropriate technology according to these sectors. The next is the slow growth of industrial sector. Due to the less number of industries, there is less number of employment. If there is the more number of industries, it will be more number of employment rate. With there. Immobility. The last one is the jobless growth. For what type of growth we are talking about? It is the job worthy growth or the jobless growth. These are the main causes of unemployment in India. Okay. So here we have talked about the causes of unemployment in India, types of unemployment, and the definition of unemployment. And the government has also taken many initiatives to remove the unemployment. What are the steps that are taken by government are different. Like in today's world, Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana. What is it? It is just providing the skill to all those people who have not got the job, who are unemployed. But after getting these skills like the refrigerator making, electrician, fitter, different things, take a hardware skills, software skills, communication skills, they are getting job in different sector. So these are the steps taken by the government to start the steps or the schemes of removing the unemployment. Okay, I think you have got the concept of unemployment with its types, causes, and remedies. Thank you.